and we are very honored to be joined here as we continue the show by Roberto Clack, who's the Associate Director of Warehouse Workers for Justice. Roberto, thank you so much for being with us here on Breakthrough.
Hey, thanks for having us. It's great to be here.
Well, I wanted to talk with you about the issue of what's going on with Amazon workers. And I think what I wanted to start is I think a lot more people are certainly becoming conscious of the fact of the critical role that workers in Amazon and other logistical industries are playing. But obviously also starting to hear some things about the conditions inside of the warehouses and other things like that. So if you could just talk to us a little bit about what the special challenges are that Amazon workers are facing in the midst of this pandemic as they continue to work.
So we've heard over and over again that personal protective equipment is either limited or has really run out. So whether that be masks, our gloves, our hand sanitizer, these things should be insured for these essential workers, and they're not necessarily being. The protections that are happening are sanitizing warehouses such as the delivery station, DCH1. In Chicago are the Staten Island warehouse where there have been both positive tests of COVID. People are asking that the warehouse be sanitized, and those demands aren't necessarily being met. So there's a mix of demands and organizing happening. We are seeing workers start to walk out and take spontaneous action. We only expect that to grow as more cases are confirmed, as there's more deaths. And there's going to be more positive tests in warehouses. So there needs to be more precautions taken, both with personal protective equipment, but there needs to be hazard pay. There needs to be sick days. And as many protections as possible be provided to the warehouse workers in Amazon right now.
Amazon seems to be trying to hire more workers, to scale up. I mean, obviously, getting things delivered is the only way that people can get a lot of things now. So it seems to be, a growth time for that sector. I mean, how is this hiring rush affecting some of these broader issues?
Yeah, I mean, and we're seeing this in other warehouses too. For example, Walmart's also staffing up in their warehouses and retail stores right now. So there's, the warehousing at Amazon's a place where things are growing. So I think that there's, some workers are desperate as people have been laid off in other jobs. We see what's happening with restaurant and some other industries. I think that this is going to look enticing to have a job at Amazon where they're paying, $17 an hour in a lot of places. But we need this workforce, but they cannot risk their lives to do this work. And if there's positive cases, then we do need to at least temporarily close some of these warehouses and make sure that the safety protocols are being taken to protect these workers. We do need them right now, but we can't have people risking their lives, and that's what we're afraid is happening.
Because I think there are a lot of people, especially people who are relying on Amazon more than ever and other retailers for the things they need, who feel the same way, that want workers to be protected and to be paid fairly and in safe working conditions. So for people who may be seeing this thinking like, yes, that we need to improve situations for workers here, are there things people can do, ways people can engage or learn more about what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, frankly, we need consumers to help make a ruckus, and they have a stake in this. This could be a vector point for getting home goods delivered from infected workers. There's signs out there that says they could be at risk. So we need them to echo our demands loudly. We need them to support groups like Warehouse Workers for Justice and Amazonians United and the Athena Network. Follow our pages. See what our next steps are, support fired workers like Chris Small in Staten Island. He blew the whistle on unsafe conditions at the Staten Island Amazon warehouse. There's going to be a support fund for him. We need people to donate to that. We need people to show that workers who do have the courage to stand up, that they have, that consumers and the people have their back. That's the only way we're going to get out of this crisis is we need workers to demand safety, because ultimately it is about the workers, but it's more broadly about the public too. We have a bunch of infected warehouses across the country. That's not good for public health. That's what we want to see prevented. So we definitely need people's support on this right now.